Hi, this is Lucy Bryan Malenke from the James Madison University Writing Center, and this is the fourth video in our group writing series. In it, you'll learn about how to create a task schedule for a group writing project and how to use that task schedule to assign roles and responsibilities. One of the most challenging aspects of group writing is figuring out how to divide the work that needs to be done, especially when everyone in the group is expected to contribute equally. Creating a task schedule is a great way to ensure a fair division of labor. It can also help your team be both thorough and efficient, so that nothing important gets overlooked and no one's efforts are duplicated. After creating your team charter, one of the first things your group should do is meet for a brainstorming session. As Joanna Wolf points out in her book Team Writing, A Guide to Working in Groups, it's best to meet face-to-face to identify all of the tasks your project will entail. There are some tasks that are necessary for most group writing projects, and some that will be specific to your project. For example, project management is a critical component of any major group writing assignment. According to Joanna Wolf, the person assigned to this task, often called the project manager or the team leader, should be responsible for making sure all group members stay on schedule, for reminding the group of meetings and deadlines, for preparing meeting agendas, for recording meeting minutes, which can then be used to hold the group accountable for decisions made in person, and to update members who miss meetings, for creating and managing documents such as team charters, the task schedule, and drafts of the project, and for communicating with the instructor about problems or questions the group encounters. Additionally, most task schedules will include research and writing, though the nature of that research and writing will vary quite a bit according to the type of project and the discipline or field in which the group is working. Revision and editing are also important steps in any group writing project. That said, each project will involve its own particular tasks. Here, for example, is a list of major tasks involved with an empirical or scientific research project. Take a moment to review this list. In team writing, Joanna Wolf provides a task list for a project that involves creating a website for a client. Take a look and note the differences between this task list and the one for the empirical research paper. Once you've drafted your list of tasks, you can begin thinking about who should be responsible for each of them. According to Wolf, here's where a lot of teams go wrong. The temptation is to assign tasks based on expertise. That is, to give team members tasks that they are already good at or have lots of experience with. The problem is that this deprives group members of the opportunity to learn by doing something new or challenging. This approach can also lead to low motivation, as group members might get bored with tasks they are accustomed to or that feel too easy. Additionally, if one group member has the most expertise, he or she might end up taking on too much. And sometimes this approach leads to a gendered division of labor, in which women are automatically assigned creative tasks while men take on technical tasks. So what's a better alternative? Wolf suggests assigning each group member at least one primary task and at least one secondary task. The primary tasks, those that will take up the bulk of each group member's time and effort, should be learning-focused. The secondary tasks, however, should take advantage of group members' expertise by putting them in advisory roles. So, if you're a great writer, maybe you don't write the initial draft, but you do make intensive revisions in your secondary advisory role. Or, if you've got graphic design experience, maybe you don't create the visuals for your project, but you do meet with the person who will create them to brainstorm ideas, and you make yourself available to answer questions about the software required for that task. When you're assigning tasks, it makes sense to return to those personal goals listed in the group charter. How can you make sure everyone has the chance to grow and develop their skills throughout the project? Another thing to keep in mind as you are assigning tasks is how to balance the division of labor. One way to do this, according to Wolf, is to assign each task a contribution value on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is a relatively easy, non-critical task, and 5 is a difficult, time-consuming task critical to group success. Then, when you're assigning tasks, you can make sure that each team member's contribution values add up to approximately the same number. Something Wolf warns against as you do this is the tendency to underestimate how much time writing tasks take and to overestimate how much time technical tasks take. So keep that in mind as you estimate contribution values. You can capture all of this information in a task schedule that uses the template displayed here. Note that it lists group members' areas of expertise at the top. Then it has a column dedicated to the deadline for each task, a brief description of each task, the name of the team member who will complete that task, its contribution value, and its completion status. Here's a partial example of a task schedule for a public service announcement project. Once your team has created its task schedule, the project manager should post it in a place where the whole group can see it. You might consider using a Google spreadsheet so that group members can update the status of their tasks and everyone can track the progress of the project. Thanks for watching this video, and I wish you well as you create a task schedule for your group writing project. And don't forget to watch the next video in this series, which offers strategies for revising and editing group writing.